Alrighty, what's up, everyone? I'm just gonna share this to our group so people can join. But otherwise, Alex, man, how you been?
Dude, I'm fucking amazing. Really, really good.
Amazing.
I
Yeah.
for the first time in a very long time, I managed to get perfect sleep. So a straight, perfect, deep 9.5 hours of sleep.
But 9.5. You sleep for 9.5 hours?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ!
yeah. I
How
don't
the
know how the
fuck
fuck
do you
that.
sleep?
Yeah, I don't know.
Jesus.
I don't know.
What is your remedy for sleeping 9.5 hours?
Go to bed in time.
Dude, I sleep 7 hours. That's
Mm.
at max. I don't sleep more than that. You're insane.
I used to be stupid about it. I used to think that okay, I'm going to sleep the same amount of hours no matter what time I go to sleep, just because of
Okay.
how tired I am. But that's not true because obviously your wake up time is going to be dictated by your circadian rhythm. But somehow I overlooked that very obvious thing.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I try. I mean, I don't know what your sleeping pattern's like, but because of night game, or even because like these streams and shit, I usually am going to bed at like fucking 3 a.m. every single night and just trying to keep it consistent.
When you wake up, 10.
Yeah, it depends. The wake up time is a little less predictable.
Mhm.
Lately, I've been getting up fucking early, which is annoying. I just moved into my new place, so I had people like setting up my aircon and fucking bringing a fridge in and shit. So it's been a bit wild, but yeah.
Right. Don't you have a girl to bring your fridge in?
I should, right? Damn.
Yeah.
I'm,
If they
I'm
care,
getting my own fridge
they're
like a
so.
simp over here.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. Yeah, I need a fridge girl,
Yeah, dude. I feel like that's wife material if
Yeah.
she brings your fridge in and do all that stuff for you. That's
Yeah,
wife
she should have
material.
food in the fridge prepared that she
Yes,
brings in and
exactly.
cooks me.
And she
That's a
cooked it
real
herself.
woman.
Yes, she
Yeah,
cooked it herself. All of
exactly.
it.
Yeah, fuck. I've been simping hard here.
Dude, that's the
Yeah,
ultimate test, really. How much
I know.
does she like you? How much attraction
This
do you have? How
this
much
should be our
compliance?
new
Yeah.
should
Do
be
you
our
really
new
have
advertisement.
she
It's
doesn't
like,
fill
yo,
your fridge every
are
time she
you
comes over?
hey man, you bring your own fridge in. You don't have to deal with that anymore. Come to UNP, figure out how to get your own fridge, lady. That's what
Exactly.
we need from now.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need to create a routine for fridge filling.
Damn. All right. See, the problem is here in Sydney. I'm just gonna say it, okay? Controversial, maybe, but the European girls know how to cook so much better than Australian girls, and not only that, they take pride in it.
Yeah.
When an Australian girl cooks, it's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I guess I have to eat. Yeah, I'll cook something. Like when a European girl cooks, it's love. It's like, listen, sit down. This is my foreplay, okay, Alex. I'm gonna win you over with this sweet scent of whatever the fuck I'm making. Miss European
Borscht.
girls,
That's what they all talk about.
Yeah.
Borscht. Whatever
Borscht.
the
What
fuck.
the fuck is borscht? Is that they like go to?
It's like some Russian, Ukrainian, Belarusian like stew.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
It's the only thing they eat pretty much. It's like
They're rubbing it in my
like their
face.
pierogi or something. But
I see.
if it's an Australian girl cooking, you know what it is. She's microwaving sausage rolls.
She's microwaving sausage rolls.
Yeah, that's what she's doing.
No, honestly, most girls like that I would have over that are straight, it's like Uber Eats. That's what's happening. There's no cooking happening. It's
Yeah.
let's get some fucking.
But they're
That's
also
just what
strong,
it's like.
independent women who make their own money, so they order and they
Oh,
want
sometimes not even. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's like, yo, I'm doing the fucking cooking through Uber Eats. Like, this is fucked. I'm like exporting the whole love of cooking to some fucking Asian guy in the Thai place downstairs, right? It's messed up. I deserve better. I shouldn't get my own fridge. I shouldn't be having to order Uber Eats. This is fucked up, Alex. It's fucked up. Okay.
What do you think about this? If you outsource love, let's say love in the form of cooking, if you outsource that,
Yeah.
is that like a little bit towards cucking, like being cucked?
It is. I've been getting cucked every single. I'm gonna tell my girls this. This is so true. Next time it's like, hey, we should order Uber Eats. I'm like, wow, you want me to just stand by and watch someone else just cook with love and present it to me? That's fucked up. I thought you liked me more than this. You're just gonna sit there and watch me eat someone else's lovely prepared meal. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good framing.
That's
You
actually a
frame her
really
not
good frame.
cooking and eating someone else's food as if you're taking someone else's love over hers.
Exactly.
That's good
Yo,
framing.
I'm gonna be like, yo, I need to find out who made this. This woman, I can tell whoever made this fucking pad thai made it with so much love. I can feel the love in this pad thai. Wow, I'm actually getting a little bit, I don't know. I've never felt this way about a pad thai before. This is insane. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's what I need to do. All right. Oh, I'll start there and work my way up to a fridge. All right, what's up, everyone? We have Duckman, the G, UMP, the best in the scenes. I learned so much from their free content. I feel like owing them money. Actually, sorry, you do owe us money, okay? Anyone that gets a lay from our free content, that's $50 per lay, okay? So Duckman owes us a few grand. Vic, Coke Zero Gang, let's go. No Coke Zero around, but I still love you, my man. Did you get a new IP address, Alex? We missed your Tinder live stream.
No, they haven't given me one. I've waited 2 months for a new fucking IP address. But the guys who are gonna do this, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I don't know what's happening. I have no idea what's happening. But no, I don't have a new IP address. I've had the same IP address now for like almost 2 years. So I can't.
Yeah. Swifty, what's up? Welcome.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Yeah, sorry I'm late. Yeah, I had to sign a pretty big deal. So
damn.
Right. Late, but...
Did you get the place in the building that you were showing me last time? I saw you. Okay. Which place did you get? Because you showed me a few different rooms.
Well, I got two.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I got two, and they're willing to connect the two on the same floor.
Yeah, he got one place for his dog.
Okay, yeah. That's how you got to roll. Yeah, the place needs an apartment for himself. Listen, for those that don't, can we link the fucking Instagram? These guys have got like an Instagram for their dogs going. These dogs, I'm telling you, we spoke about it last time. They're gonna have a higher lay count than every other coach on fucking YouTube combined.
They already do.
These
My dog,
killing it,
dude. I'll
speak. He needs his own apartment.
I'll speak for Brando. My dog's name is Brando.
Brando, yeah.
He has leg humped at least 40, 50 girls at this point.
Damn.
And that's a close. That's a doggy close.
That's a dog close. Yeah, a leg is a pussy in the dog world. Yeah.
And this is the fucked up thing.
They got like a foot fetish.
He's pre-pubertal. Like he's a puppy. He hasn't gone through puberty yet. But I still see him get like a hard dick when he's doing that. And this is the fucked up part. And this is, the veterinarian told me that something is up with him. He's like hypersexual. He's like developing at like a very rapid rate. So essentially, I paid.
He's learning from his own.
Yes.
So like my dog Tank. He's a bulky guy, but he's a connection dog. Just like he's a connection guy. So he's not going around humping women. He's really looking for love.
Yeah, he runs up to them with a flower, with a rose in his mouth.
Hello, lady. I saw you from afar, and I thought you looked beautiful.
You look really autistic. All right, so we have a question from CJLC010. When using Google Translate, do you just speak to the girl in English, like type it in, or do you use the voice recognition feature? So do you actually like say it so no. Tonality and like
absolutely no. Don't use the voice recognition, because then you're not giving yourself time to think while you're typing. So while you're typing, you're buying yourself like an extra 20 seconds to perfect the framing of the message. If you speak, you're throwing that advantage out of the window, and that's fucking retarded. Never use that. Always type.
Yeah, I think there is an advantage for like speaking it though. So if you type it, what I do is like type it out, hit it, and then say it. So for example,
yes, I say it while I'm typing. Yes.
Yeah, that is in like type it, put it to it, and like say it. Like I think you should be trying to express some level of tonality, because it can be lost in messages, and like why not use it? So if I'm telling a girl like, hey, you should come back to my place later. If I'm typing like, hey, what are you up to later? Blah, 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 I'd be like, listen, you and me, my place, and then like show the message, right? Yes. So that way you're able to like convey still a level of like confidence. Like you can use your tonality when you need to, but yeah, if you want, you can still have time and message.
No, I agree with that part. I don't agree with using the ability on Google Translate where you speak the translation and then it goes in, because it's gonna fuck it up most of the time. First of all, you have to do it over and over and over. But I definitely agree with you on the point of first either saying it while you're typing it, or first typing it and then saying it and show it.
Anonymous said, already clipped Marcus out of context saying, I've been getting cucked. So true. All right. Vic, do you think it's a good idea to go to the same club every weekend? I keep bumping into the same girls and it can get type of awkward. What do you reckon, Swifty?
Yeah.
I mean, why awkward? Like, why would it be awkward? I mean, the advantage of going to the same fucking place is, well, you can build relationships and connections and use other girls as pre-selection. Maybe girls that it didn't go anywhere. But I mean, if it's fucking awkward, then you're creeping out the fucking girls, and you can't befriend any of the girls or use them as pre-selection. And then now your reputation throughout the whole fucking club, is that you're a fucking awkward, like creepy fucking dude.
But you should get better every time you go there. It should literally improve every single time you go. Otherwise, you're doing something really wrong. It should improve every time.
Yeah, I mean, I would prefer to go to the same place just so that I could, like, when you go to Cubano, like, or particular places, like the bartenders know who we are. Like, if there's a long fucking line and we're coaching, if we walk up, he's like, all right, come. We cut the line. Boom, boom, boom. So if we have a girl we bring to the bar, well, guess what? He's like, oh, you want the same thing? Cut the line. Of course, everyone's pissed off. But now the girl's like, oh shit, you just cut in front of fucking 15 people, right? Yeah. But you're building relationships with people. If you're not creeping them the fuck out, if you're running, doesn't mean you have to play it fucking safe with every fucking girl. You don't have to be like the fucking club promoter guy who's like super nice and befriending all the girls. But if you're running great game and you're still fucking some of the girls, you can still build a good reputation at the club. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I definitely prefer going to the same place. I hate going to different places actually, because first of all, obviously, like you can build social proof and pre-selection over multiple visits, but also I feel like I get a really good feeling for the venue and for the demographic that goes there. And I kind of understand the pace that everything should have throughout the night. But if I go to another place, that could be completely thrown off.
Alrighty. Alex, you come back to Sydney from Josh.
Yeah, I will do it. I will do it some point soon, probably, because I am going to Asia. And, a flight to Sydney is only like $100 actually from Bangkok. I checked. So yes, I will come there at some point, and I have the ability to go back and forth as much as I want, pretty much. So yeah, I'll be there.
D to the T. This is an interesting question. How can I convince the girl that I'm banging to bring her sister to me for solo banging or threesome? Have you guys done it?
Okay, yeah, I did this maybe a month ago, but they weren't sisters; they were cousins. So I guess that's different. I guess that is different. But I mean, what do? You get them both over at the same time? Just escalate at the same time
on both of them?
Yeah,
sisters at the same time.
No, cousins.
Oh, the cousins.
But that was still like they're like, what the fuck? But I mean, it went really well. I would say that you have to get them really horny.
But I think you also need sisters that are fucking that are a little bit more open-minded and a little bit more probably the party girl type. I don't know. I mean, look, you're probably going to have some fucking drama, to be honest. If you're fucking, even if they like, hey, fuck my sister. There's going to be something.
Yeah. It's like why you like? I don't understand why you need to like go for the sister, right?
Yeah, it's.
Like, I mean, it's like you're picking literally the most difficult scenario possible. Yeah. Like a girl is probably more willing for you to fuck everyone else in her entire life than her sister, probably, right? Like as Swift said, unless you've met two girls that are like, look, we like to fuck guys together or some shit. There's just like, I wouldn't even bother going for it at all, right? If she's got her friends, that's a different story. But sister is like, okay, you're just like, it's like you're trying to make it hard.
Well, first of all, if I have two sisters and they're like, hey, you want to fuck both? I would be a little bit suspicious about the situation to begin with. And I'm like, okay, well, these girls are either lying or they're mentally fucking insane.
Yeah, probably both. Makers takers. I am this kid I used to know from school a few years back. He is super, super confident. And I approached saying, hey, is this your boyfriend? With Marcus Wolf style subcoms. He said that to the girl. After 20 seconds, he says, wait, aren't you that kid that is gay? In front of the girl. Lol. I swear, I don't know how to respond. My response blew out the interaction. Plus gave him loads of value. He said it in a super troll, sarcastic, and confident way. The girl bursts out laughing. What would you say in this interaction?
Okay, this is easy. This is easy. Just be like, hey, sorry, bro, I don't swing that way, but I'm sure you'll find the guy. Move on, next.
Yeah, I mean,
just reframe it as he is being gay, and he's asking to fuck you. Like, hey, sorry, man, I'm not into guys, but I'm sure you'll find someone.
And also, if he's super confident or anywhere near Marcus Wolf, you're going to have to bring the same level, if not more, confidence than this guy. Because the moment he knows you're about to try to swing back, he's going to be louder and more aggressive and more confident. And he's just going to talk over you, and it's going to go very badly. So my thinking is, I'm going to have to strike whatever his level is of confidence and intensity and tonality. I'm going to hit him hard immediately, louder. I may get up on him and smack. Hey, bro, that's super fucking smooth. See if I'm single, but I'm not gay. Hey, thank you. It's always a fucking compliment when gay guys say you're good looking and everything. It's a true confidence. But hey, bro, there's a lot of gay guys out here. You're so nice. Are these your friends or what? These your female friends? Like BFFs? Oh, fuck, this is so cool. Gay guys are so confident. They go after whatever the fuck they want. Let me shake him up. He's so cute. Look at him. You fucking do that, you attack it. But if you do this half-ass, right? Yo, if this guy is anywhere near Marcus Wolf, he's going to destroy you even more.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. All right, Vic. In sexual hoop regression, when you ask what's the craziest thing she has done, and she asks how, you say sexually. And if she says, I'm not comfortable sharing that, how do you respond?
Well, there's a reason why she's saying she's not comfortable sharing that with you, right? So what's the
this is a super, like, this question, by the way, is really difficult to answer. Like, if I ask all you guys right now, like, what is the happiest day of your life? You're going to be like thinking through, and it's difficult. If you say like, what is the craziest thing you've ever done? It's like really tough to like think of something, because even as a guy, right, the girl's going to be thinking, okay, is this story too crazy? Am I going to look like a slut? Is this story not crazy enough? Is he going to think I'm frigid? If I answer sexually at all, like, does that make me look bad? Like, it's such a difficult thing to actually answer for the girl without like more direction. So that could be part of the thing that's making her uncomfortable, or you just don't have value here, right? Completely. Yes, so you want to make sure first you've actually got some value. If she is just uncomfortable because she's like not sure how to answer it, you can make it easier, right? You could either say, look, do you want me to go first? You can go first. You could say like, look, it's just first thing comes to your mind. Like it's whatever. It doesn't have to be like super crazy. So you can like lull the compliance there a little bit. Keep that in mind. It is a very difficult question for the girl to answer. So make sure you have the value, and make sure you can lull the compliance a little bit if you need to.
Yeah, bro. If you have no attraction and you're asking this in a logical like interview fucking style way,
it will never work.
Like it'll literally never fucking work.
Yes,
it just won't.
Yes.
But if you have like no physical attraction, but you're like a cool guy and you're able to like, you know, kind of bring up these topics in a chill, cool way. She's like, oh, this is a cool guy. I want to talk about this stuff. You may not have like physical attraction, but she'll talk about this shit. Right?
Exactly. I think the mistake that a lot of guys do when they try to ask these questions, their delivery is so fucked because they make it sound like a big deal. The trick to making them answer these questions, first of all, have sexual attraction. If you don't have that, you're fucked. But then also you need to make it sound like it's really not a big deal. It's just like, oh yeah, what do you have for lunch today? Like there should be the same type of weight to the question.
It's like the jewelry girl. When we were shopping, we were going through the mall, we were shopping, we were bringing groceries back. But there's like a new kiosk. Okay, a new kiosk with a very attractive girl. So we go through. Within how long? Before we're talking about putting her in a collar.
40 seconds.
40 seconds. We're talking about putting her in a collar and all of these things. And she's like
walking her on a leash.
Walking her on a leash.
Through the mall or something.
Through the mall I mean, we're talking about all these things. And she's like, yeah. Oh, yeah. I like that girl.
She was more enthusiastic about it than we were, by far.
But the way we brought this up was we were just very confident,
Yeah.
but we had charisma and smooth. It was not a big deal, and she seemed so excited to be able to talk about this shit,
Actually, the way we brought it up was like, oh fuck, like, hey, look at these chains. Like, imagine you could buy 40 of these and you can give it to all of the girls that you know in the club. You can just walk them around on leashes or something like that. Because we're saying it to each other, and she can like chime in if she wants to. And then what do we say? What happened?
We talked about giving them to all of our girlfriends. So we told her we have multiple girlfriends. We're going to give all, to the same gift, but we want to make sure they don't bump into each other and see they both have the same necklace.
Yes.
And also talked about putting these on girls from in the club.
Yes.
Like, hey,
to mark them. Like, hey, she's mine. Yeah. To just get other guys away.
Like, this is mine. Yeah. Okay, I may pull you later. I'll talk to this other girl, and she's like, "Wow, that's actually a really good idea." Girls love that; they would love that.
Yeah,
like she was so into it. She was admitting things that clearly she's never admitted because she seems so excited to talk about this shit, right? But the way that we talked about it, we didn't do like we didn't like set it up crazy. It was just the way we talked about it and brought it up. It was just so smooth and charismatic
and easy going. Not a big deal. Yes.
Alrighty. What is, from JC Valdez, what is the biggest sticking point you've had to overcome in the early part of your journey? And what's one that you're struggling with now at a more advanced level? I think we went through like every fucking sticking point. Like, this is the thing, like, starting at, like, I'll speak to everyone, starting from when we started from, we weren't very good with women. And so when you start from that level, we go through similar journeys that you guys do. Like, we all struggled with AA for a long time. We all struggle with having the right tonality. We all struggle with like building value. We then struggle with like sort of mindsets. We struggle with sexualizing. I think depending what stage of the journey we're at, it's going to depend on the sticking point, right? But I'm curious from you guys, what is a sticking point you would consider now? What's something that you're working on at the moment?
Energy levels. Energy levels. Yeah, it's an easy answer for me. It's energy levels. Having the energy to go out and game all the time. I mean, that's it. Because if you don't have the energy to go out, well, then you're essentially going to do zero volume, and then there's zero leads. So that will be a thing. But I will say that when I have the energy, fuck, dude, if you're pulling your first 1 or 3 approaches, I can't really think of like anything that is really holding you back. Like what? Like, my biggest stick, actually, my most common objection is, yeah, I mean, you already fucked all my friends. So,
true.
I mean, that's honestly the most common objection.
Me and Swift's biggest objection is, hey, I fucked your best friend. Yeah,
exactly.
That's easily the most common one, easily.
Yeah.
And look, and fuck, we try to pull this girl. We see she has Alex's necklace on. It's annoying to see Alex's necklace all over fucking Warsaw.
Exactly.
He's marked all these fucking girls. Like, have you fucked Alex? Oh, not yet. Last year he said it was gonna be this year. I'm still waiting. Well, out of respect of Alex, if you're wearing his necklace,
Yeah. Exactly. No, but Mark, what do you think? What's your sticking point? What do you strike? Like,
I'm just perfect. I don't know what else to say. I'm just I'm a gaming god. So once you reach that level, you just don't have a sticking point. At that, it's can't complain. That's where I'm at. You understand what I'm saying, Swift?
No,
I'd say, look, maybe our dicks are too big. Maybe it's hard sometimes, right? Because
after Alex, that's my biggest objection.
Yeah, it's tough. Like, the biggest LMR I get is like, Mark, I don't think I can take it. Like, I don't know. I'm just a sweet, innocent Ukrainian girl. Like, I think you're just too big for me. So sometimes, it's a blessing and a curse, All right. Morox, David and Alex looking like 2 twins in those clothes. True. You guys do. You look like brothers.
Same. I don't want to say same beard because you have more beard, but same.
Well,
same
I mean, same S&B essentially.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, Swift maybe a bit more. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's. You just think
that you're more muscle, I think.
My personality. You're a personality guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. Personality.
He's got the 6-pack, but
Oh, I thought you had a 6-pack. Damn.
That's all I am right now.
I do have a 6-pack, but you can't. This is just layer of fat.
Okay, it's just a layer of fat over the top of it. All right, CJ, how would you change your approach in a social circle situation where the girls know people that also know you?
Like honestly, I don't change anything because what I'm doing in a cold approach situation is also heavily calculated and also designed to like avoid making mistakes, because I know if I make mistakes, it's going to blow out the interaction. So I know what you're thinking. You don't want to blow out or do anything stupid in your social circle. But for me, it's like I do exactly the same shit because I know I'm not going to make a lot of mistakes at all. Like I don't make any real adjustment. But the thing is, you need to keep track of how everyone knows each other and what the relations are within the group. But that's like, I do that fucking in night game too. I analyze all the groups before I go in. So in that sense, I would say that I'm not really changing anything, but I think that part becomes more amplified here. So you need to know or have an idea of what people's history are, because you might not be able to do things in front of them because that's going to cause issues. So you got to keep track of those things. I would say that's the biggest difference. But other than that, it's the same shit. It's really the same shit.
Yeah, I think, look, if you're a newbie and you're like practicing, and so say you're going out on like a Friday, Saturday night, and you're getting blown out like every fucking set, and maybe you're a little uncalibrated, but you're doing it in a process of like learning, and you can identify, okay, look, I'm super uncalibrated right now, there's something I'm learning. If maybe then you're at college and maybe there's like a party and a lot of people know you know a lot of people, that's probably not the time to be blowing out a bunch of people and like practicing a bunch of new shit and being super uncalibrated. In that sense, I just want a good perception. I just want to come off as like friendly, fun, interesting. I'd worry less about like getting to a stage where I'm sexualizing and trying to like fuck each and every girl. Of course, when you get to like our level, then yeah, just treat it all the fucking same, right? There's going to be no difference. But I'd just be very wary. If you notice that your night games are full of like fucking rejections and shit, and you're not very calibrated, maybe don't bring that to like a social setting. That level of like attempted learning. All right. Marcus, you said you did night game by yourself for years when first learning. How did you handle the societally perceived DLV of going out alone? How did you answer who you're here with when it came up? Yeah. So, I mean, I went out for like, I think it was like almost like close to a year even of just by myself. But what I found is at first I'd lie. At first people were like, who are you here with? And I'm like, dude, I feel like a fucking loser right now. So I would start off by saying, oh, I've got some friends, they're on the way. Or look, yeah, my friends are in the bathroom and shit like this. And that's how I try like get around it. After some time where I actually just started feeling more comfortable in my skin, I'd be at the bar. I know the fucking DJ that's there. I knew the security guards. I was friends with them. I knew the bar staff. It started to feel like, yes, technically I came that place by myself, but it almost felt like I was the owner of the club, rocking at the club by myself. So it didn't matter that I was by myself. It's like I was the fucking boss. It didn't matter. So when girls would ask me, I'd just be like, oh, tonight I'm here by myself. And because I said it with so much confidence, they were a little bit like intrigued. Like, what do you mean? And I was like, yeah, look, I just finished up with work. I decided to come out. Like, look, I know a couple of people here, whatever, but yeah, I'm just chilling, right? And that in itself, like the ability, like some girls might challenge you, be like, that's a bit weird. I'm like, why is it weird? I'm here to meet people. Like, why not? That in itself would be a little bit of a like DHV, would be a little bit of a positive in their perception of me. Cause they're like, damn, that like for a guy just coming out, that's pretty baller, right? So it's I kind of switched to that over time. Anxiety. Say it again.
It's only weird if you have social anxiety.
Exactly, right? It's only weird if you're coming across as like unsure of yourself and nervous. So you could just take that approach, be like, yep, here myself, you feel really confident about it. If not, then you can sort of cope for a little bit with just saying like, yeah, I got some friends on the way. Or I know one line Alex uses is, what do you say, Alex? Something about like, oh, I sent my friend.
Like, yeah, I came out with my friend. You know, he just broke up with his girlfriend. You know, I helped him find a girl. I told him exactly what to do and what to say, and now they're off. And now I'm here by myself because I was being a nice guy and getting my friend laid instead of, you know. But yeah, you know, sacrifices you make. You know, so you can actually answer with that. You can come up with some. She's going to have some curiosity about how you did that if you frame it the right way. And then you can go into displaying a lot of authority. Like, yeah, look, like, you know, my friend is a very confident guy. Obviously, like, he's going to match well with women who are very feminine and very submissive. So And I know how to spot those girls very easily because I also have a lot of experience with them. So that's essentially what I helped him do. I helped him identify the girl that he would have the best chemistry with, and also, essentially helping him and telling him, the best way that he could get her like right now. So that's kind of how I would explain it. And that obviously like that gives you authority and like some levels of pre-selection. It's going to make her even more curious about you. So that's one way I would answer it. But also like Mark's angle, like, yeah, like I'm here by myself. You could also do that. And she says it's weird. Like, yeah, I mean, it's only weird if you're like scared of people or have like social anxiety or some shit. It's not weird at all. I don't have that. For me, it's not weird. That's an easy way to handle it. You can also just say like, I fucking know everyone here. That's another way. Like, I know all the fucking people here. What about you? You can switch it. Like, there's so many ways you can handle this, but it's not a big deal. It's really not a big deal.
Alrighty, Morox. I've been out a lot, and there are a few regular club-going girls that are really attractive. I've tried to game them when I had worse game than now, and I didn't pull. However, they're still very happy, friendly, excited when they see me. So it sounds like a little bit friend zone, maybe. How should I go about closing them? Emotionally spike and run the same game? What do you
You need to pull hotter girls in front of them. Yeah, you need to pull hotter girls in front of them to make them change their mind about you. I think that's the most practical.
Yeah, look, if they're excited to see you, they're friendly, just fucking use them as pre-selection.
Yeah.
Right? So you could even tell them, hey, listen, I'm going, or maybe you don't tell them, hey, look, I want you to bring me to this girl, or you bring her to these girls, introduce whatever. But I would try to get very positive reactions from other girls while these girls are around. And then you could bring those girls you just met over to them really quick. Hey, she's amazing, and pull or take her to the bar. But I would do that without trying to game these girls that you got rejected by, right? Because if you're trying to game them, you're getting rejected still, and you're gaming the other girls, well, it may not be very effective. You want to just completely not game them, okay? Not at all, for a period of time, while you are gaming other girls and pulling other girls, because they're going to start seeing that and realize, fuck, he's not even trying to pull me, he's not even gaming me anymore. And they'll probably forget why they rejected you a long time ago. Maybe they'll forget that you even tried to fucking pull them in the first place, right? So, but like, time is on your side, right?
Awesome. I asked this sister question as a challenge. It is a hard and weird situation. Thanks for the answer. All right, good luck with the challenge. I want to hear it. If you fuck some sisters, we're gonna get you on. We'll hear about the story. Okay. How long should you wait before you make things exclusive with someone? Had a girl ask me to be exclusive on the second date.
No.
Wait, did I tell you? I don't know if I told you this. I had a girl it wasn't even that long ago. When I was in Sydney. And dude, she literally, I was talking about like taking her home, and she's like, look, I'll go home with you and I'll have sex with you if we're exclusive. And I was like, what? She was trying to negotiate it. She's like, no. And I'm like, hang on, you asked me to be your fucking boyfriend like right now? She's like, no, just exclusive. She's like, I want to fuck you. Like, we'll go home and fuck right now, but I want to be exclusive. And I was like, what are you talking about?
You're like, baby,
I love the girls are crazy.
You're the only one I see in this club.
Yeah, exactly. Legit. All right, what do you reckon?
Yeah,
I think should you wait?
Well, I mean, I think it really fucking depends. Like, how often are you seeing her? Like, what are you doing with her? But like a second fucking day, like exclusive. See, I think you should wait a lot longer than what normal people fucking wait. Well, first of all, I don't even want to be exclusive with any fucking girls. Like,
yeah, I mean that's a good thing. You should ask himself if he even wants that.
We can have like some like relationship framing. She could be the main girl, relationship framing, but to make it exclusive, she's exclusive. I'm not exclusive, but I guess you can't manage that. But as a general rule, I say 6 months minimum. Like even 6 months, I feel like
that is not a long time. It's really not.
It's not a long time. But how often are you seeing the fucking girl? What are you doing with her?
Throughout different situations, I guess, different environments.
Yeah, I think what a lot of people forget is this is a very serious decision that is going to affect like a lot of your happiness in the future, right? Like if you're deciding what house to buy, right? Like a financial decision. If you're deciding like where to live, if you had to make these decisions, you'd have a lot of thought and a lot of time, and you'd probably ask people around you and you give it some. Whereas for some reason in relationships, guys do this. They'll be like a weekend and be like, yeah, this is the one. And I'm like, you would not do that about any other like life-changing decision, right? And especially in this dynamic where you don't actually know all the facts, right? It's not like you're buying the house and you know all the facts. It's like literally you have to buy a house, but all you see is the front door. And then guys like, yeah, this is the house I want for the next like fucking 3 years or something. It's like, what the fuck? Like you've only seen the front door. Give it some time. Like wait till you actually walk in, see the house, go upstairs, see what the backyard's like, get a review of the place. Like guys just jump into relationships way too soon and then wonder why they're unhappy.
And these guys they're not super experienced, and they're not fucking amazing with fucking women. And even I understand at 6 months, I don't truly fully understand this fucking girl. And I've had a lot of women, I've had all kinds of relationships, and I feel like I'm a genius when it comes to women and reading everything and what's on their mind and their archetype and everything. But even I know at 6 months to 7 months, there's going to be something I learn about her, right? That pops up. Even after a fucking year, things start to pop up. So I can't imagine a dude who's not super experienced, not amazing with women, getting into something like this after a month or 2 months or 3 months. It's especially like moving in or
bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, but look,
see Alex's anxiety. Yeah, you're living with a woman.
If the girl is like really fucking into you, she's going to be around 9 months later, even if you're not in an exclusive relationship, right? Like maybe after a year, she's like, well, look, I'm getting older. I need to like get into something serious, and I have to go find it. But she's going to stick around for 6 months, 7 months. If she doesn't, then she probably wasn't much into you.
That's a good reflection, actually, on your attraction. That is very true.
Yeah. All righty. Next question is, Ellis. I have really bad AA, but I have good SMV. So I had a good attraction from this really hot girl in the club, but my anxiety was so bad that my neck started shaking when kissing her. I just pulled away and hoped she didn't notice. Should I keep putting myself in these situations, or anything else I can do to overcome this?
Easily, you should you should actively seek them out, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, there's one thing you have to do. You have to, this is very important, you have to put yourself in these situations, in more of these different situations. Just whatever you're fucking most scared of, put yourself in those situations. But the key is to do it as much as fucking possible. So you can't go, okay, I'm only going to do it on Fridays for 3 months. You have to do it as much as possible, consistently over time. That's key. You can't have all of these gaps in between. You need to do it as much as possible, consistently. But also, like, what are you afraid of? Like, I would ask myself, like, what am I worried about? You may not know, but some guys actually do know. They think, oh, well, I'm not good enough, or something like that. That could be something that guys actually think about. So then I would say, well, you need to build up your self-esteem and your confidence here a little bit. Like, what is your value? What do you have to fucking offer? Like, even if it's one or two things, I would hyper focus on the one or two things that I believe make me different from other guys or amazing, right?
When I read this question, the first thought that popped through my mind is that he is worried about her noticing that he is in fact not that confident.
But he knows he's good looking.
Yes.
So I think there's like, oh fuck, she's gonna find
like
out
I'm not as confident as I look,
exactly,
as she initially thought. So I think that is what he's scared about. But hey, we can't know. I don't know the guy, but it's just my first guess.
Yeah, I'm with Alex. Like you take the pressure off a little bit here. So understand your value is so sad, but take the pressure off. Like it's okay to be a little bit nervous, right? Almost every guy is. So the girl found something attractive in you. It's likely to completely dissipate if she finds out you're a little bit nervous. That's okay. Whereas, if you're just going to remove yourself from these situations, or you're going to worry about too much, you're pulling back, all this shit, That's actually worse. So just go in a little bit nervous, and you'll probably have some success, and you can build off that. So I'm just going to take some time.
Yeah, you
Game.
I love how the question is framed. It's like he's trying to bait some type of response.
Yeah. What do you think of Michael's social circle game to get laid? They have so many goals. Yeah, okay. I've been really indecisive about how much I should say on this. Look, essentially, like, I don't know if you guys saw the debates we had, but essentially, since the debates, I've had so many guys hit me up and basically say either I'm in the program, or I have friends in the program, and they're not having any success. This idea the beginners are having all this crazy success is just not true. And I even had someone hit me up about one of the guys they used as an example isn't having any success. Now, of course, I'm going off what they say. And I feel weird about kind of throwing those receipts in someone else's face in a debate about social circle game. But yeah, I mean, if anyone hears you say everyone on this program had like, no, that's not true. It's not even true for us, right? There are going to be guys that just fucking are not wanting to learn and not willing to learn. And yeah, they're not going to have success. And especially in this whole idea of social circle, you guys aren't stupid, okay? The marketing for social circle is very obvious. Hey, listen, you don't need to put in any fucking work. You don't need to show any intent. You don't need to hit on the girls whatsoever. And you're just going to get laid. And the results they show for that is not students saying, I got laid, right? If you actually look at their testimonials, it's students saying, I got photos. I was around a bunch of hot girls. I got a bunch of attention from hot girls. Oh, I could network so much better now. If you just want to get around hot girls and take photos with them,
so fucking gay.
Yeah, go for it, right? If you want to do that, if you want to like hang out with some fucking guys, it's crazy. Like even in my DMs today, I have 2 DMs guys talking about this, hitting me up being like, "Yo, it doesn't work for me."
Dude,
now
I got a DM yesterday about this.
Yeah, I'm getting more and more. That being said, look, if you're advanced, if you're good with girls, this is actually great, especially if you're in an area like Vegas, where there's going to be a lot of these parties where you do need a level of like networking to get into some places or get table. Sure, right, 100%. I mean, it's something that I encourage, but to suggest like just beginners are fucking killing it and getting somebody is just retarded. If any of you guys believe that, you are retarded. It's that simple. Like you don't have to be stupid to look at these guys and know if you just put them around a bunch of hot girls, they're going to just magically pull. Like, you know, when you guys were beginners, or if you're a beginner now, if you just went into a party with a bunch of hot girls and you were just around them for a month and you just around hot girls, you guys aren't going to magically be amazing with women and start pulling all these hot girls. It's fucking stupid. And if you can't understand that, then you're just as stupid as them and you're falling for the marketing. Anyway, it's my little rant.
I'll tell you really quick the DM I got. I am friends with one of the members who is very socially unaware and a hard case. This is what he just sent me. We go out and do game the way I learned from you, like from me. When he says immersion, he's referencing to blah, 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 the event. 3 nights with me, my student, doing it the way I learned from Alex, benefited him way more. Yeah, I got that message like literally yesterday. Then he sends me a photo of one of the guys with a bunch of girls. And it's just so obvious that none of these girls would ever even fucking kiss him on the cheek. Like, it is so glaringly obvious. I can't show it, obviously, because the guy is in there. But, like, guys, come on, wake the fuck up. Come on.
All right. Emma's on. I open and ask a girl how she's doing, and she goes, "Oh, I'm so good right now," in a sarcastic way, looking away. Obviously, I fucked up the open. How do I rescue it at that point? I mean, fuck, you answered your own question here. Next time, just go in with better subcoms if you fucked up the open. But look, if a girl's giving a little bit of shit, I don't think this is even that bad. Like, if I'm like, okay. By the way, don't just go in and ask a girl how she's doing, okay? It's like the most, like,
it's a simple.
You're asking for failure, right? Like, it's just the worst opener. But you've done that. She's like, "Oh, look, I'm so amazing." Right? It's actually very interactive. That's actually like quite a lot of investment, I would argue. I wouldn't even see this as a rejection. This girl's just saying like, okay, she's not having the best day, right? So yeah, I mean, you can just continue this. Just be like, "Oh, that's amazing. Hey, why is your day so great right now?" Right? Simple. Just move forward. But yeah, let's let's not try fix the mistake, right? As in, like, let's not have a mistake and try fix the after point of that. Let's just fix the mistake. If you're going in and asking how she's doing, we're like, shit, subcomms, fix that. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I hate when dudes get this reaction and they're like, well, fuck this, I fucked up.
Yeah, like it's not bad.
And like, oh fuck, I'll go back to the drawing board. This is not bad. I would not feel that way. I would be like, oh no, he broke up with you. He broke up with you. Oh my God, men these days, like just to get it going, get a little banter going. Maybe get her to smile or talk about why her fucking day is bad. Instead of being like, okay, I'll leave then. And I know my opener was bad. Bye.
It's like that. It's you're like a bitch. Like it's just you give up too easy. I mean, I don't know what to say. You give up too easy because that, like as they're saying, it's not even like a bad reaction. Like, I don't think it's bad. I think it's kind of what you could expect as an response to an opener. But I'm actually thinking like, wow, she's responding back with emotion. That's my first thought. She's responding with emotion. She's not like, whatever. She didn't do that. If she doesn't do that, I think you're fine.
Cool. Sorry, next one. Here it is. CJ Ruku. I DM'd a girl and we got to the point we talked about handcuffs. Then I asked, are you into roleplay? Her, yeah, and yourself. How do I continue this to close for a fuck date? Swifty.
I mean, she's into roleplay, so I'd probably roleplay a little bit, but what kind of fucking roleplay?
Yeah, that's what you got to figure out.
What do you think? What do you think she's into? What kind of roleplay do you think she's into? So I would probably pick a roleplay if you have no idea. Okay, you could even do a little research. What is the most typical role play women love, and then I would formulate a message to begin that role play. But it has to be obvious that you are beginning a fucking role play, right? She was responding to this like in a serious fucking logical way.
Then you didn't
write the role play. So maybe you could, I don't know, doctor, nurse role play. If she's a fucking nurse, that's perfect, right? If she's a teacher, do that. So maybe see what kind of job she. If she's a student, maybe you could do like, professor student role play. So I would start a role play. She'll have a little bit of fun with that. Oh fuck, he's smooth, and you could actually probably transition from the role play into actually closing. Right? You'd be like, all right. I'm gonna need you at 6 o'clock, or make an appointment with her, right? Or just transition from sexualizing through the role play into a fuck date.
Yeah,
it depends on how you start the role play and how she responds, right?
In worst case, like if you can't figure out which one, you can always ask, "What's her favorite?" You can do that but it's better if you guess it and get it right. But worst case, you can ask,
Dark Tobias, sub G. So, Marcus, give fingering tips, please. Where do I even start? Okay. First thing is I'd be thinking about getting the girl in the right headspace. Okay. So I'd want her to be relaxed. I want her to be like out of her head a little bit. So usually I have some foreplay here, whether it's like massaging her, teasing her a little bit. But at this point, I'd have her lying on the bed. And then I'd start off slow, okay? Don't start just finger bashing her out of nowhere, all right? Lead up to it a little bit. You can use some like silicone-based lube. And then I'd start just with one finger. And the idea I'm doing this is I want this whole experience to be a slow, gradual build-up that is a little bit of a tease, right? So I start with one finger. You can slowly insert that. And then you can start to see if she's got any particular spots inside her pussy that are like extra sensitive or feel extra nice to her. So you can do a little bit of an exploration with one finger. You can like push down a little bit with a certain spot. You can go upwards, which is your typical G spot. Then from there, I'd add 2 fingers. But if you're really trying to have like the squirting experience or like a finger stimulation that feels really good, you can essentially just use your 2 middle fingers. I think about it like the Spider-Man kind of pose. I would have these inside the girl, and then you're simply just going up and down. You're not going in and out. You're not doing anything fancy. You're not like curling your fingers up and down, doing some come hither shit. Just keep them nice and firm, you're going up and down. So it's hitting the top of the wall, hitting the bottom of the wall. You'll hear and notice some suction movement. You can use your other hand to like hold her pelvis down, so it's not moving up and down. So you're actually getting some more friction and force, and then just build that up over time. And if you do that well enough, and the girl feels relaxed, you can even put a towel underneath her, so she feels even more comfortable. She'll likely squirt. So that's like a rough idea of like fingering tips. If you're in the mastermind next Monday when we do a stream, I can go into like much more detail. Otherwise, there's also a course coming out, so there's actually video of a girl squirting. But hopefully that helps, Tobias. So you got like, it's very basic, but if you have some more questions, you can ask.
I'd like to add one thing to that.
Yeah,
I'd like to add one thing. You can do this thing where you give her essentially just the tip of your finger, and then she's gonna like start like almost sucking your finger in. That's really, really good. You should try that.
All right, nice. Okay. Das, how can I show dominant behavior to the girl in the street during a cold approach interaction?
This is
bring rope. Okay, so
just tie her up to a pole on the street. Okay.
You're gonna need some sort of outfit, something that displays authority.
Maybe a mask.
A ski mask, or police outfit, fucking military camo. Really set the frame. What else? I would come up.
Maybe a gag. From behind. A real dominant man comes from behind.
That's how you approach.
Yeah.
But with dogs, you know what you do? You hold them down until they submit. That could be one way.
Yeah, and then
that could
be a little dog cookie.
Yes. Yeah. You need to reassure the dog as well.
Yeah.
I mean the woman. No, I mean, how can I show dominance behavior? I mean, be assertive, be confident, speak up, don't stutter, okay, and also lead. Don't ask a bunch of questions, right? Oh, really? That's what is science? What are you studying science? What is that? Like dudes asking like, hey, look, I go to medical school. What's a medical school? Can you tell me more about this medical school? Like you're a fucking idiot. A whole bunch of fucking questions like you're a fucking idiot.
I will add something to that, subcoms based. So this is the way I look at it. The dominant person in the interaction will be the one who is handling the tension the best. So I feel like if you want to display like a lot of confidence and like really dominant behavior in a non-creepy way, you build a lot of tension, you hold it until she breaks it, and she's gonna start giggling. In my head, that's her starting to submit. So that would be like subcoms based, something that I would really want to get going as quickly as possible. However, you need to be very aware of her emotions and her reactions and her body language, right? Because you don't want to do this in a way where she gets uncomfortable or creeped out. You want to do it in a way where like she gets almost like she gets excited from the tension, and it almost overwhelms her to the point where she can't make eye contact and she like looks down and giggles. That's what you want to get if you want to display a lot of dominance. When that happens, you have a lot of compliance, and that's when you start leading really fucking hard. Whatever you want to do, like you leading it verbally or logistically, like you want to take her somewhere. But that's really the moment where I want to double down and like start doing all of that shit, because that's your window. If you wait and you don't do it, then fuck, you might not get another window.
Yeah, and I think a big part also is being able to read her body language and sub-communication. Like a lot of guys will completely ignore that, but being able to show some fucking social awareness helps. Also, make strong eye contact. Don't look at her.
Yes.
Don't look down and talk to her, and don't break it every 2 seconds, because that's one of the first things that girls will fucking notice. And you can be confident in all this shit, but once you start looking down, you can't maintain eye contact. They're not going to think you're very dominant at all.
Yeah.
All right. So do you guys remember Mystery?
Very dominant man.
Okay. Yeah. He's in our chat.
like a Vegas competition back in the day. We were going to film it and sell little videos.
Oh damn!
What happened?
Well, I got banned.
He banned you.
No. The Vice News came out. The Vice News article came out, and they contacted Facebook, and then Facebook banned me. So, I mean, I didn't go find them and reach out to him.
Yeah. Okay, well, he's back.
He's back.
Yeah. His name. He must have changed his name. It's CJ. Okay, so Ms. Mystery. I do magic as a hobby. After I show tricks to girls, they usually ask me variations of "How did you do it?" or "Can you teach me?" What are responses I can use to show the interaction, to move the interaction forward, assuming I've showed intent already? So Mystery, thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. Do you have any advice for Mystery?
Well, okay. I mean, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything bad about your hobby. Magic is cool, okay? But
do you like magic?
You could be there are. Look, I used to live in Vegas. There were these clown magicians, okay, and they were like very serious magicians. I would want to not come across as a clown magician, and I would try to come off as much as possible as a very confident and serious magician. Like the whole fucking hat, you're gonna put on a hat and put some fucking clown makeup on or whatever. It's some fluffy. No, it's ridiculous. The girls are gonna think you're just a fucking
some mental issue or fucking.
And look, and I personally, I would try to transition my magic tricks, into something that's sexual. Mystery really fucked that one up big time. If I knew magic tricks, like, all right, and my number one best magic trick is, right? Number one, okay? All right. You won't even see it coming, but I'm gonna give you 30 orgasms. Okay? And not only that, you're gonna wake up in the hospital. Oh no, what happened? Okay. Like I would have a whole, like, you're gonna come so much and you're gonna wake up in a box in the hospital or something. I don't know. But I would I would transition that, because I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, I've seen he's sent me all of his magic trick fucking infield. I don't know. It didn't. Why? I don't understand it. Like, I don't know what attraction it fucking built at all. And when he did that, there was nothing tied to when he built attraction or pulled. To me, it was just to maybe get their attention. I don't know. Maybe he was hypnotizing the girl initially. So maybe it was to draw them in, which, okay, fine. Woo, look at this. Oh no. Oh, because women are kind of like kids sometimes. They see a little something shiny, a little magic trick, and you're like, oh, what is this? I have to check this out. But you saw the transition. The girls are not going to get wet because you did a magic trick. They're not going to be like, I want to fuck this guy because you did a magic trick. The magic trick is just to get their attention for a second. So I would, again, can you teach me? Oh, I have a lot of things. Maybe display authority. Oh, I have so much to fucking teach you. But if you make it only about the magic trick, what are you going to do? Yeah, I'm going to teach you magic. And then what? Escalate on her? Like, what are you going to do? Boop. Oh, here's this. Oh, yeah, here. Oh, it makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, I agree. It's really hard to make it beneficial because there's so many, by the way, other hobbies that you could probably have that girls would find like really interesting and like be interested in, that I wouldn't do in an interaction, that it's just not beneficial, that I'm gonna like move this forward at all. So it's like it feels like you're almost doing this for you in a way, right? Like that you could probably just skip the whole magic trick altogether. Like, sure, you could find some clever ways, as Swift said, to like sexualize with it or make it a little bit. But I mean, I'd just rather just run verbal game. Like there's no need to like pull out a magic trick, right? It seems like this is more just your hobby that you're trying to pull out in that game, right?
So I think this is a cop out to avoid rejection. First of all, I really think that's part of it. Second of all, just because it's your hobby, like Mark said, like you don't have to bring it to the club. Like my hobby is going to the gym. I don't bring a fucking squat rack into the gym. Like, why do you have to bring your fucking magic tricks?
Actually, that would be
actually that would
that would work better than the magic. I think
that would work better. Why don't we just bring
us in the fucking club? They're like, who'd you hit? Come by myself. I work out by myself.
Dude, that would be, you bring a pull-up bar to the gym.
Yeah, bro. And you could lift.
Or like the hip thrust machine.
That would turn them on.
Yeah. Yes.
all right,
when you're hip thrusting like 600 kilos,
leave the fucking playing cards at home.
Yeah, just bring the hip thrust machine.
Some
Easy. Just bring that instead. Better.
All right, Law. Last time I asked you guys about girls' personality in West or Eastern Europe. What would you say about Latin, German, French, Asian girls' personality? What difference do you guys find between them and your individual favorites?
Okay, I want to start with French. This first one that comes to mind. So I've interacted with a lot of them, and my perception is that they have all been heartbroken by French guys. So that, first of all, they have a lot of trust issues from what I've seen. Also, they're attracted to because you want to be very dominant in this play. I've never seen girls where pre-selection works better, pre-selection stories. Like, I've never seen that work better on any other girls than French girls. And essentially the secret is you want to get them to the point where you've DHV'd so much with pre-selection that they start going like, you have so many girls, why me? And then you qualify them. Done. It's the same with every French girl, I swear to God.
And then you continue the cycle of them being traumatized by men. They're doing it to themselves. I don't know. It's like
that is true. They just never.
You can stop this by not being attracted to such a thing.
Yes, exactly. But seriously, like that's really the thing. You should speak on German because, well, you speak German.
Yeah. I mean, I used to live in
German guy,
Austria, and I mean, actually, the first girl I ever had sex with was German in Austria. But German girls took a while for me to actually adjust to be honest. One of the more difficult girls to adjust to. And we have a lot of students that are like, oh, fuck, German girls, fuck this. Like, it's fucking impossible. It's mostly because they're like little Hitlers, you know? Like their demeanor and everything is like, nah. Like if you speak German, it's so harsh and like matter of fact, and they're so brutally fucking honest. And if you're like from America or Canada, how direct and forward and honest they are can throw you off a little bit. Like it takes a little bit to get used to. But actually, having a German girlfriend for a few years and living over there and working for a German company actually helped me be a lot more direct and a lot more forward. I came back to America and my family fucking hated it. They were like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're a fucking asshole, So it was very forward. So you have to just ignore the fact that they're going to be a little bit colder, a little bit more brutally honest, and maybe a little bit meaner. Like a lot of Australians and Americans may think they're a bit mean. You have to ignore that. Okay, they may still like you, right? They may still want to fuck you. They may be having a great time. You just don't know it, right? So I would say, just like with Ukrainian girls or like Russian girls, and their fucking bitch face or their stone face,
it's irrelevant.
They still may want to fuck you. They still may have attraction. They're not going to show it. It's really adjusting your own mentality, your own psychology around, like, don't be affected that you're not getting like the validation or the feedback that you typically get with the girls from your own country, right? And Asian girls, I mean, not all Asian girls are the fucking same. Central Asian girls are totally different than fucking Japanese girls. Central Asian girls are more like Russian girls. They look a little bit Asian, but they're more like Russian. They're different than Thai girls. Indonesian girls are different from Central Asian and Japanese. So it really depends. I think like Indonesian girls they're probably the most funny fucking Asian girls in the world. They're hilarious. You could banter with them. It's always jokes, and I feel like they're like little clowns, always trying to like entertain you and shit.
They're fun.
They're a lot of fun. I don't know. To me, Japanese girls I find creepy, personally. Thai girls are fun. They're kind of similar to Indonesian, a lot more open-minded than like Korean and some other Asian girls. What other Asians?
You got
Vietnam, a little bit
Chinese.
More. See, personally, I've only had amazing experiences with Chinese girls. I've had a lot of Chinese girls.
They love communism.
Yes. It's a little bit harder to make jokes with them. So every time I've made a joke, they're like, "Really? Okay, that's really interesting." I'm like, "Oh, you fucking idiot." They take things a little bit serious, but they're fun.
I would say, yeah. Also, we shouldn't forget about Indian.
Yeah, Indian girls, ego, the Indian ego.
Oof, yeah.
They can get offended very easily, and it's hilarious. Now, if you are a little bit afraid of the backlash you could get with Indian girls, then maybe you won't be able to handle them. But
you know what I'm gonna say on that as well? A lot of their defensiveness on walls come from how fucking creepy Indian guys have been with them. Like, really, if you're an Indian guy gaming Indian girls, your number one priority is to display that you're not a Bobs and Vagine guy. That's your number one priority. Like, I'm not even joking. I also remember this on the Tix Game bootcamp. We were messaging them. The way Indian girls framed Indian guys was essentially that they don't respect our human rights. Like, we are essentially like animals. Like, we have no Indian guys see us as like we have no human rights, and they don't treat us with respect. So those two are trigger words, right? Those two are trigger words that you can use when you're framing. So, I mean, for example, if you want to set like a sexual frame, whatever you're gonna say, you can always tie it to the keywords of respect, and like it's a human right to have all of these amazing experiences. I would use those trigger words in association with that, because I know we've seen the pattern often enough to know that, hey, this is not like one girl. This is like a lot of girls are saying this. So I think that's a fair assumption to make.
Yeah, but I find Indian girls fun. They're interesting. As long as you're not an Indian guy, I mean, they're a little bit more fun. But like favorites, what are our favorites? Look, I'm not like big into Asian girls. I'm not like, oh, I love Asian girls. But in the personality, I enjoy it. They're fun. But my new favorite is Central Asian. Central Asian. Like I've had quite a few from Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, and Kazakhstan, and so far, everything that I personally want in a woman, they sort of naturally fucking have, right? Now, but that's going to be different for Mark. Like, Mark may not really like the Central Asian girls, but I like it. I like the Ukrainian girls. They were sort of becoming my favorites until I started dating more Central Asian girls.
And you're like, oh fuck, they're better.
But I think we talk shit about American women.
I love them.
And we talk shit about them. And sure, maybe if I were to get a wife and start a family and do all of this shit, I probably would go to Central Asia or Eastern Europe. But I do miss American women. You could banter with them. They're a lot more fun. And like in Poland, you can't fucking do that. Like, I'm trying to banter with fucking Polish girls, and they look at me like I'm a fucking psychopath. Like I'm a fucking weirdo, Like, we go to the coffee shop, and I'm making obvious jokes, or I'm trying to banter, and it's like,
what do you mean?
What?
Yeah,
okay. They just ignore you.
It's weird.
Like, even in customer service, they're like,
it's
okay,
really
whatever.
weird.
Fuck off, I'm a fucking weirdo, So it's like, fuck, it's boring as shit, And American girls are just fun. Australian girls as well.
Yeah.
They have Australian girls have a level of entitlement, at least in Sydney, that I have never seen in my entire fucking life. But hey, it's good practice. You want some good fucking practice.
You know what the funny part of that is typically the Australian Indian girls who have the highest entitlement. Holy fuck, dude.
God.
Yeah. Holy shit. That's a little combo, by the way. Indian girl raised in Australia, in like Northern Beaches, Sydney. That's fucked. That is fucked. But I'm gonna say that my two favorites are American and Australian. Like, by far. It's not even close. Not even close.
All right, Mark, what's your favorite?
It's gonna be, oh man, it's hard to decide. I go through a phase. I mean, I love French women. Alex kind of mentioned it a bit. I find them so like kinky, fun. Even though their English is bad, right? Which, I mean, they've got the sexy accent, but even though their English is bad, I feel like their humor is still really good, which you don't often get from like a non-English speaking country. So I feel like French girls, you can be like super sarcastic with, and they'll get it, and they've got that wit and that banter, whereas you don't often get that from like a European country. So and they're usually super fucking cute. So I love a French girl. Obviously, like Ukrainian, when it comes to looks, hot blonde, they usually like really look after themselves. Amazing.
What do you think about Sweden?
Yeah, dude, Swedish used to be my favorite too, right? Yeah. I feel like I just haven't been exposed to it as much lately. Like in Sydney, the reason I grew so strong about Swedish girls is because there was a lot of them here. But yeah, we haven't been hanging out in places too much with a lot of Swedish girls. So I like they're super open-minded. They're, when it comes to sex, they're very like forward. Again, it's my type, like the skinny blonde. But to be honest, since meeting Ukrainians, I think Ukrainians have taken over the Swedish reign that has been so strong over the last few years with me. So yeah, I think to answer this question, it sounds like a lot of fucking girls. I guess it depends what I'm after at the time, whether it's going to be the wit, the looks, the kinkiness. It's going to depend. But yeah,
sometimes
look, I love women. You know,
high girl to cuddle or something. Or,
yeah, exactly. All right, our fashion gurus. Okay. Hey guys, what are your thoughts on the fashion trends that guys wear in clubs, in particular Sydney? Mark knows what I'm referring to. Guys rocking the baggy cargo pants, the Nike Pandas, oversized tees. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a big fashion guy. So, yeah, I don't know. I usually wear my same shit. I don't know. What do you guys reckon?
I mean, baggy, like, okay, this is only good if you're out of shape. Maybe, but even then, I think my personal opinion just looks ugly. But if you're in good shape, like wearing baggy pants, like bro, like girls love quads. They love massive quads, right? Like I just think it looks a little bit, because I know this is how Swedish 18-year-old guys dress, and I can't drop that association. And they're just total fucking cucks. Like, my opinion is no. Just overall. Maybe
yeah, and his follow-up was similar to this. Like, I'm torn between rocking the usual black ripped jeans, well-fitting tee, or moving into like a new style which completely doesn't fit my body type, which is more aligned with the trend. Yeah, I agree with that. I stick to the body type. I think that's more important than the trend. What do you reckon, Swifty?
Yeah, I mean, I've been fat for a little bit, so it's a little bit harder to jump on the trends. Like, I have to find clothes that maybe slims me down a little bit or shows more of my broad fucking shoulders. It makes me look a little bit less fat, but in the end, that's comfortable. I'm not a fashion icon, but
you know,
I'm actually moving into it as I lose more weight and get into shape. I'm focusing more and more on style. It's a fucking sticking point. So
yeah,
but
I want to say also, I think that's so true what you said. It has to be comfortable, because your subcoms are going to be really off if you're wearing something that you're not comfortable and you feel awkward. Now, you can train yourself to feel comfortable in anything, but the first time you wear something out, if it's something different, like a different fit to what you're used to, you're probably going to have a worse night than you would have had otherwise, just because your subcoms will not have followed yet. You're going to feel a little bit uncomfortable.
Actually, now I'm thinking about like the night gaming years ago. I used to be so focused on the comfort of the clothes I was fucking wearing. Like, if I was wearing something that looked good, but I just felt awkward in it,
it's not worth it.
I would get in my fucking head and it would just fuck up my game.
Yeah.
But I could go out, because I'm like, fuck it. I always wore this black hoodie. The first time I pulled 18, 19 years ago, I had this black hoodie. Right now it's ripped up. It's torn. It looks like it's been through 3 fucking world wars. But I just kept wearing that over and over again because I felt the most fucking confident in it. And I mean, it has hundreds of fucking pulls.
High lay count jumper. How do you manage fuck buddies all around the world? How do you keep them attracted when you can't see them physically?
Well, I mean, you don't need to do much to maintain. Like, I don't think you do. When you display the value, you display their value. It's not like they're gonna magically have a fucking memory loss and forget about the value. You don't really have to manage it. Like, fuck you, like one message every 2 months is enough for a lot of girls. You would be shocked.
I mean, the key to this is to not lose the traction while you're not in the same city. I think that's the fucking key, because guys will be a little bit too needy. I need a call every day. All of this fucking bullshit. Get a little jealous. So I would say not dealing yourself and not losing attraction is key. But then again, how much attraction and value do you have, or did you have, when you actually fucking had her in front of you? That's going to matter. If you're just another fucking dude, right? If you're just, you could be replaceable, well then there's nothing you could really fucking do, right? So you need to leave a very good, long-lasting impression with lots of value, lots of attraction, and then when you leave the fucking country, you don't have to fucking do anything. They're not going to forget about you. Like if you give a girl 50 orgasms, she's in a coma, okay? She's not going to forget about the 50 orgasms. You don't even have to message her ever again. Hey, the girl I gave, the model I gave 40 orgasms. She went into this coma, okay? You guys know the Lay report from a long time ago. She still brings me girls, her model friend women. I get messages saying, so-and-so sent me. This was years ago. This was 2018, 2017. She hasn't forgotten. She will never forget.
Awesome. Okay, DHVing. Cassio. How to DHV more directly without seeming like you're qualifying? Is qualifying necessarily a DHV? If so, could you give examples where it would be and wouldn't be?
That was a great example, what he just said. It was like the perfect example. Like his story about...
I think it comes, like, it's going to change depending how the girl perceives it. If she perceives that you're trying to, like, impress her, that you're trying to win her over, then it's always going to feel like you're qualifying at some level. Whereas if she just feels like you're talking about your life, talking yourself up, you're very matter of fact, it's irregardless of whether like she's there or not, that is when it's going to feel more like a DHV. Now, the next question is going to be, okay, well, what changes that perception? One is just going to be your mindset. Like if you're sitting there being like, I really hope she likes this answer, then you're likely going to give off those subcoms. But it's the behaviors that I'm thinking of here is, one is going to be like looking for that reaction. That's going to be a huge one. So when I say a DHV, I don't care how the girl reacts. I don't say, oh yeah, I travel all around the world and this is my job. And I'm like waiting. And like the girl feels that. I'm saying it like, yeah, I travel around the world. This is my job. I love it. And I'm just sitting back, right? That's going to be the difference. Now, once again, we spoke about this last week. When it comes to DHVing, it's okay if it sounds a little bit qualifying at first. It's okay if it's going to sound a little bit braggy at first. All this is still going to be better than just avoiding it altogether. So just DHV, but over time, start reflecting on that. Think like, am I trying to look for a reaction here? Do I feel like I'm desperately trying to chase this goal? Or am I just saying it because this is who I am and that's where my value is?
You know what? I love sounding like a total narcissist when I'm bragging. DHV. Freudian slip. But seriously, like, I think there is a tipping point, right? If you sound like you're bragging when you're DHVing, but you're merely just like bragging to impress, that's gonna sound bad. But if you sound like a total narcissist, where you go over that point, I think it just sounds even more confident. Seriously, and I think it gets way better reactions than if you're trying to hold back to not brag. Seriously. So like, if you're gonna DHV hard, you better go all out, full narcissist, not half narcissist. You gotta go full narcissist if you want to go that path. Now, I think it's gonna be very difficult for a lot of guys to pull that off. But if you're able to pull that off, oh fuck, you'll have a lot of value. And one thing when it comes to narcissism, I mean, girls they like dark triad, like they really do.
And look, girls aren't going to give you a reaction to all your DHVs, right? The one thing I had to learn was, look, I may throw out 5 DHVs and she's not going to respond or give any kind of physical reaction to 3 of them or 4 of them, but she may to 1 of them. But I have to, in my head, my mentality is, I have to just trust in the DHV. It has some sort of effect. It may not have a massive effect. Maybe sometimes that DHV will resonate more with certain girls. Yeah. But in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to have a subconscious effect on her brain, right? Like, I mean, and I was doing the other day, I was doing a DHV. I was like, she was like, oh yeah, so, oh, you live in Warsaw? I'm like, yeah, I live right here. Yeah, anyway, so I'm hoping like, okay, she's like, oh, you live right here. There's only one place you can live right here, and that's the most famous residence in fucking Poland. And she didn't bite on that. Okay, sometimes they do. And then at some point there was a little bit opportunity for me to say, yeah, look, when I have girls over, every time I have a girl over, they're like, oh my God, like that's so and so, that's so and so. I'm like, look, I don't know Polish celebrities, but apparently they live in my building. They're like, oh, you live at Zloty 44. I'm like, oh yeah, you know that place. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah. There's like, I don't know, Lewandowski. I don't watch soccer, but he's my neighbor. And blah blah blah.
Nice
and now
guy.
she's like, well, what do you do for work? And I go, well, it doesn't matter. Let's talk about this. Like, no, tell me. I'm like, no, don't worry about it. And I move it forward. So now everything is like opportunity, and also your subcoms is nonchalant, but it is confident at the same time.
Yeah.
But sometimes there's no perfect time to DHV. Like sometimes you just have to have the fucking arrogance and the confidence to just fucking DHV and not give a fuck, right? Yeah. If you care, if you're in your head, you're stuttering and you're waiting for the validation of your fucking DHV, she's gonna know you're just doing that to try to impress, and it's not going to have the effect.
It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's gonna be horrible. I wanna say something else about this. It was a girl a couple of weeks ago. I had open looped her 2 years ago about why Ukrainian women are better than Polish girls. And she's like, why? Like, oh, no, I don't want to say it. Like, it doesn't matter, whatever. And then I just left it. 2 years later, she asked me, so what was that thing that you said 2 years ago about the... And I was I was so shocked. I'm like, how?
That's so funny. I had a girl do the same thing like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even remember you said it.
Yeah, I didn't know it had any impact at all.
And they just like hit you up and like, you remember that one time you said this one thing for like 2 seconds that meant nothing? Yeah. It's in their fucking head. It's crazy.
Yes. And there was no reaction. That's the thing. Mm-hmm. Like, it was just, but girls are not stupid. They know how to hide a reaction. Yeah.
They try.
They try really hard. Super try.
So, I'm really curious about something. Do you think I'll improve my game if I only day game while walking to home around 20-30 minutes daily? Can I just do 1 or 2 approaches max for the girls that are my type?
But bro, why do you want to do the bare minimum? Like, why are you a lazy fuck who wants to do the bare minimum? Really? Like, if you're thinking about doing the bare minimum to maybe learn a little bit, like, why even bother? That's my perspective, really. Now, will you improve a bit? Sure. You're not going to get worse, but are you going to improve to any substantial degree? Well, 1 or 2 approaches is really like the bare minimum. Like that.
Yeah, and then what? Like the 10-second interactions? Like, are you truly going to learn female nature and read body language in 10-second, two 10-second interactions 4 days a week?
Yeah.
Like, probably not. It depends. Like, what are you satisfied with, right? Like, what are you happy with? Like me, Alex, and Mark.
I'm only happy with perfection.
When we were learning, we probably took a more extreme route and to learning about women and getting better with women and improving ourselves. Like we took a very, very unique, rare approach to it, let's say. Like I did an immersion. I did a solo immersion where I was hyper focused on all aspects of social dynamics and dating and women, and I put all my focus and energy and everything into this. Well, obviously, this is how I turned out. This is how we turned out. This is now our job.
That's why we're here.
You may not give a fuck. You may not want to be like us. You may not want to put the time and effort. Maybe you don't have the time and effort. So you have to ask yourself, like, are you okay with the improvement you're going to get with 2 very short interactions 4 days a week? Like,
I wouldn't be. I'm just gonna say I wouldn't be. But here I'm gonna say this too. The only people who I see really truly improve are the people who are going hard. I don't see people doing the bare minimum making improvements. They stagnate for years. They really stagnate for years. Then you will also have guys who actually do a lot, but they're doing like some RSD retard shit for like they stay the same for 10 years. And then they resort to some weird fucking retarded social circle shit, and they get like 10 years effort, and they have a couple of photos with some girls who are not even attracted to show it. So like, if you want to be that, sure, but if you want to actually get really good, follow information that is good. I'm not saying follow. I'm not even saying our information, but you need to follow information from someone that is good, that has proven results, not some fucking retarded shit they're trying to sell you, and then take a shitload of action. I think if you're missing either of those, well, fucking pick another hobby that you are willing to not do the bare minimum. If you're only willing to do the bare minimum here, I say fuck it and pick another hobby.
And look,
really,
look, a lot of you have fucking careers and jobs and whatever, but I think it's very important to at least have a period of full immersion, right? Yeah, you don't have to do it, year round for the next 10 years, but like once a year, have a little block where you're just hyper focused on this, and this is all you do every fucking day. Is that 3 months? Is it 1 month? Whatever you can do, I would have a full fucking immersion, because you're going to learn a lot more if you have 1 month. You travel somewhere even, and you have 1 month where this is what you're hyper fucking focused on. 1 month, and then after that 1 month, the rest of the year you're just kind of consistently working on it when you have time, and then next year you have that immersion. That would be much better than doing the bare minimum 4 days a week for the next fucking 15 years, right?
Alrighty, next question is about archetypes. Thus, Marcus, what is the archetype of Australian girls? I mean, it depends on the girl. As we spoke about before, like in Sydney, especially like pre-COVID, I think it has changed a little bit since girls aren't going out as much. But typically, they're pretty entitled. So you will get a lot of rejections that look like you go up and the girl's like not a chance. Like, look at me. Like, they might laugh at you. They might make fun. You get some harsh rejection sometimes in Sydney. You also have to deal with a lot of girls here are still living with their parents, right? So this isn't the culture where, like it is in America, where you go to college and you like move city or move town and now you're in like your dorm. That doesn't happen, right? You travel to uni from, where you're living essentially. And it's a little bit different in Europe. Our house prices here are insane. So typically, girls are going to be living with their parents until they're a little bit older, like mid-20s sometimes. So for that reason, you got these entitled girls that live at home, but they are fun. They are witty. They tend to be a more open-minded than Europe. So they're cool. But I mean, it depends where you're going. If you're like up in high state, like Gold Coast, something like that, they tend to be a little bit more down to earth and fun. And the more like rural you go, that changes quite a lot. They will be a lot more sweet, a lot more chill. But that's, typically the archetype of Australians. Otherwise, come down, check them out, have some fun. See.
Would you recommend marrying a Sydney girl?
Would I recommend marrying a Sydney girl? Yeah. I mean, not as a general speak, but it's funny because my sister's getting married on Saturday.
She's amazing.
Yes, if you're marrying my sister, no, I'm kidding. But would I recommend? That's a tough question. I think generally no. I think generally speaking, I wouldn't. But there are a bunch of like amazing Sydney girls, so find the right one. All right, Mr. Music 0092. When you sleep with a girl on the first date and the date was directly at your place, do you contact her or do you always wait for her to reach out?
I mean, I think.
What do you do these days? I'm curious.
I mean, I rarely contact them for a second meet. It's very, very, very rarely. But I don't know. I'm a little bit privileged because they always contact me. Okay, there was one. See, this rarely happens. So I remember this one girl, fucking 10 months ago, but she didn't contact me for a second meet.
Oh,
and I'm going through. And I'm like, yo, she came a lot. It was great, and she doesn't even message me. Zero. She didn't even go for a second meet. So that got me in my head because in my phone, the girls are like, when are we meeting again? I had 3 girls yesterday hit me up to meet again, and I met them one time 6 to 10 months ago, right? And I've been kind of like, okay, maybe we'll see kind of thing. But this girl, she didn't do that. And fuck, I got in my head. Now I'm trying to meet up with her. And
yeah, like, what's going on?
she's busy. And I'm like, yo, this is fucked up. And I'm telling Alex, I'm like, yo, this girl just doesn't want to meet a second though. What the fuck happened, you know? But then I later, like fucking 8-9 months later, I realized she was away. She's traveling a lot. She
died.
Yeah, she has a fucking this and this. Like it's literally impossible for her to meet. You know, so, but there's nothing wrong with contacting the girl to meet. But would I contact the girl the next day to meet? 3 days later? Probably not. I would probably give it another week if I really wanted to meet this girl again. But look, if you gave her an amazing, incredible experience, essentially better than the average typical fucking guy, chances are she'll probably hit you up. Mm-hmm. Now, some girls have a little bit of an ego. They may have like I'm not the one contacting the guy rule. So with some girls, it could be a week or two. It could be even fucking 3 weeks before she even hits you up. Maybe the whole time she's been wanting to meet, but she's like, fuck, I can't be needy. I can't be desperate. But you have to understand, look, I gave her such an amazing experience, okay? I'm not going to get needy and desperate. She wants to fucking meet. She'll hit me up, or I could hit her up and she'll want to meet, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't typically hit girls up to meet really ever unless it's fucking many months into this fucking dynamic.
I agree with that. I think you can be pretty flexible whether if she's doing it or not. Like, I don't think that's the most important thing. Obviously, it's good if she does, but I don't think it's gonna make or break anything.
But also, look, if you have a lot of options,
like
if a couple girls don't hit you up, I literally forget.
Yeah, like
I forget they exist, and they hit me up a few months later, and I go, oh shit, I totally forgot about this fucking girl. She's like going for a meet.
You forget they exist.
You forget they exist, and they kind of pop up out of nowhere, you know. So like if you have a lot of options and you're getting new girls here and there, going on new dates, it's not a fucking big deal anyway. You'll probably forget to even hit them up a second time.
And if you're not forgetting about them, I think that's also a fucking problem. Like, obviously, like the point is not to forget about them, but the point is to have the abundance where if they don't do something, you will forget.
Yeah, bro. If I'm hitting up a girl very soon after the first day, I stop and think, hold on, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Yeah, like why would I do? Then I go, oh fuck, I've been so busy with the gym and this and that. I'm like, all right, no, then I'm not gonna contact her. I gotta go get some new fucking girls.
Yeah,
right? Gotta build up
literally.
No, but look, but I'm also I really want the girl to fucking chase. Like I'm hyper focused. Like all my girls have to be desperately fucking chasing me. They have to be always hitting me up. They always have to be trying. They have to go, why don't you ever fucking hit me up? They have to look at my story and go, who is that girl? You took her to a coffee? You never take me to a coffee. That's really fucked up. Fuck this girl. Where's she from? Like she has to be always chasing and trying to go for the meet and complaining that I've never gone for the meet once. But that is a little bit fucking extreme. And also, it's hard. It is very, I'm probably more extreme with this. And I bait this shit. Like, I bait them chasing, you know? I am very extreme, but I also have so much fucking value, right? I have a lot of value to bring. So when the girls are like, well, who am I going to chase? What, these average, normal fucking guys? Like, they're all the fucking same. You know what I mean? So you have to have something that really stands out. You have to have a lot of fucking value to begin with.
And I also want to say that when you're when we're talking about average guy, obviously, if you look at the random fucker who's walking on the street, that should not be your frame of reference. Because most guys that you see, it's just very low level. So if you're even doing a little bit of self-improvement, you should already be above them, I would say. You want to compare yourself to top guys in your area, and you have to be better than them. I think that's really what you should measure yourself against, not like random fuckers that you see when you walk through the mall, because I think that is too low of a standard, really. So, I mean, in which ways do you want to compare yourself? I think looks, income, game, confidence, dominance, everything. That's what you got to beat them in everything. Really, if you want to be as competitive as you can, you have to be better than them in every way.
But I think the biggest value that is understated. There's something that is so understated in game, and even in some circles look past, and especially in red pill communities.
Understanding women.
It's just understanding women, female psychology, understanding women to a degree that even guys that are pretty good with women, they just don't
make them look like virgins.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, really.
You don't look. You have a guy with the 6-pack and blah blah all this shit, and you may be watching this and like, look, I'm just an average guy. You know, if you understand women on a crazy fucking level, and you display that, trust me, you're above the guy with the fucking 6-pack, the highest.
Oh yeah, like it's not even close.
Not even close.
It's not even close. Like think about it.
But the problem is, there are guys who go, "Well, I understand women. I read Rollo Tomasi's book. I watched Rollo Tomasi." By the way, guys, look, I didn't read his book. I watched Mark's fucking debrief on his book. I checked out his podcast because people keep talking. But please, guys, do not take advice from Rollo Tomasi. This guy's a fucking nerd. This guy, imagine a guy who just sits in his basement with a microphone telling you he knows women. It's ridiculous. This guy, any of the people I know, the guys I know, who really have true life experience with women, who puts this guy on for 5 seconds, immediately go, "Who is this guy? He knows nothing about women." Trust me, this guy don't listen to Rollo Tomasi. Look, the red pill guys, they have some things they say that are true. Okay, that
there's like general basic statements.
There's certain things that oh, look at that. I kind of like it. That look, we could agree with, right? That I'll agree with. But those guys, they truly believe they understand women.
But it's all in the nuances.
They truly believe they know women, but they actually really don't, and that's fucking them up. Is this false sense of understanding women because you read Rollo Tomasi or you watch red pill content or something, but they truly don't. They're right about some things, but it's really holding them fucking back. Yeah, big time.
Yeah, because what I see is that obviously they're talking about things that are true, but they're very obvious and surface level. And I think what really makes stuff work is in the nuances, really. Because if you can understand a girl in the nuances, in the little details, and what those little details implicate, that's when you're gonna really see strong effects from it. But whatever general knowledge, like basic stuff that you learn, I mean, it's fine, but it's not gonna get you anything like above like basic shit.
Yeah, like how do you respond? Well, women are hypergamy. Like you can't.
I mean, but some are less and some are more. Right, and this is where the nuances come in. In which situation would this woman be like this, and in which situation would this woman be like that? And what is the difference between this woman and this woman? And in which ways are they different? And based on their differences, how should I adjust my behavior? And based on these differences, what does that say about her? Blah 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 blah. Like this goes deep, right? And those are the nuances that I'm talking about. And that's not what you hear a lot about. This can only come from experience. You cannot read your way to this.
And I think for guys watching this, because most of them are probably watching like red pill and this and that. Like I said, there are things that they're right about, and I would agree with. But as a general rule, if you're watching a guy who's constantly complaining about women, he's bad with women.
Yeah, they just have bad experiences. They're bitter.
Well, they're bad with women. If they're constantly complaining, women do this, and in society, women do that. If they're constantly complaining, they're bad with women. Like we may go, yeah, okay, women. Look, look, women can be savages, okay? Like if you're a nice guy and you take care of a woman and blah blah blah, yes, look, they should treat you well, right? In a perfect world, they should never cheat and they should never, go on girls' night out and fuck Alex and come home at 4 a.m. and the babe, where were you? And she's like, you never give me attention. And there's cum dripping down her face, and she doesn't give a fuck. She tells you, yeah, I met a guy. He treated me different. And I sucked his dick. And it's like the disrespect. It's like, babe, why would you do it? It's like, yeah, some women fucking do that. Okay, that's the way it is. But
but also guys do that too.
Yeah, but
guys also do.
But the thing is. I need to do a whole podcast on this.
But that's what they forget about. They think that these things only apply for women. I see guys do this shit on a daily fucking basis.
The solution is to not complain and whine and cry about this. There is a way for you to be as a man where your woman is not disrespecting you like this and talking back and doing girls' night out and cheating on you and coming home with cum on her face to tell you direct because she has zero respect for you and zero fear. There is a way to get around that, and one way is not cry and fucking constantly complain that women can be like this, right? And guess what? These red pill guys that are talking like this, trust me, these podcasts, their girls are cheating on them too. Okay, I guarantee that. Okay, they're girls. Hey, my woman would never do this, and I rule with an iron fist, and blah 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 blah. Don't talk back to me. You're kicked out of this podcast. Their women are laughing at them. Okay, they're cheating on them. Pick your favorite podcast, millionaire podcast. Their women are cheating on them, guys. All right, well, hey, let's do a whole podcast about this week.
Yeah, we should do it. I'm down.
I need to do it. I have a lot to say. I've been holding in.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
You start having, when you're married, okay, and you're ready to have babies. That is when you start going fucking raw.
We talked about this yesterday.
Yeah.
We actually spoke about this yesterday.
Look, we understand. It's better. And sometimes the pussy looks good. It's a little warm. It's a little wet. And you're like, fuck, I'm just going to go in a little bit. We all have that temptation. But
it's not worth it.
It's stupid.
It's just not worth it.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. It's not worth it at all. So I would say when you're married and you're ready to have children. What do you think, Mark? Sex coach.
No, just go raw dog everyone, bro. Why not? Have some fun.
I know. Well, we know you do.
It's more exciting when you think, hey, I might get a chlamydia or gonorrhea. Like this is so exciting, right? Like you just don't have that when you use protection, right? It's so boring. Like we're nerds. Protection, fags. Yeah, I mean, just get diseases. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So, should I approach girls that are not my personal sevens or more and focus on getting more approaches down as I have AA and it will help improving game because talking to a hot girl versus an average girl is different for me. Nervousness.
Why not both?
Yeah, I mean, go for the girls that are your type, but talk to girls that aren't exactly perfectly your fucking type. Because
you have AA, you're gonna use this type thing as a cop out.
Do you walk around? Do you walk around and just constantly see your perfect 10s walking around?
No.
Like, I mean, if I see my perfect 10, I go, it's a rare fucking thing. So
but she doesn't need to be your perfect 10.
No.
Like you can find a lot of girls who are very good looking, amazing girls who are not your perfect fucking 10.
And also, you'll be surprised. You may see a girl that's not exactly your fucking type, and you actually go up to her, and you'll be like, "Oh fuck, okay." Yeah. I actually, I'm into it. She's cool. She's a little, You may have a new type.
Yeah.
Like I used to have a fucking type. One of my type was actually Australian, by the way. It was like the fucking like short, big titty, big ass, blonde, blue eye, fucking Australian or German girl. But dude, my type has changed so many goddamn times because I keep having experiences with different fucking women from around the world, so it keeps fucking changing.
Yeah.
I think if you just have one very specific type and there's nothing else, I think you have no experience.
Yes, I was gonna say that. If bro, like if you're having like basic problems like AA and these basic questions, you probably don't even know what your type is.
And look, if you can't fathom talking to a girl that's a 6, then I wonder why. I think maybe you have some ego issues, right? That you probably should fucking handle.
Yeah.
Like me and Mark and I, if we talk, we could hit on a fucking 5 or a 6. Like we're not going, oh, what does this mean about me personally in my game? I was like, who gives a fuck?
I could.
Who cares,
bro?
I'm not gonna marry her. I'm not gonna fuck her. Like, who gives a fuck? Who cares?
I could game a 400-pound girl for the lols.
Yeah,
I would do it for fun.
Okay, well, fuck.
Yeah.
First of all, number one, we've never. Just to throw this out there, we've never approached or gamed a 400-pound girl, but
I could.
Not because of our ego, but we just wouldn't. But I mean, what would your strategy be? Because what we do know is she's not going to believe you're there to hit on her. That's the first thing.
She's not going to believe. So can you even? That's the question.
Is it possible?
Can you?
Oh, maybe she's harder than.
Are you guys good enough? That's the real question.
Are we good enough?
Damn.
Now, see now.
Yeah.
Now my ego.
Because big girls, they don't want big guys. They want skinny guys.
I have no.
Maybe my body fat is even too high for a fat girl. I think the fatter she is, the more she's gonna want a low body fat guy.
I think the strategy is for because there's some guys like 400-pound girls. I think the strategy, if you are in shape or whatever, I think it's to go in not hitting on her. I think it's to go in to build a friendship and go fuck. Like
your personality.
Like, I love your personality. It's like really cool.
I wasn't expecting this. Yeah.
Well, I think what you'd have to do.
We have the same taste in food. We like the same taste and everything. I can't believe this connection is just fucking insane.
Yeah.
I think you'd have to just come out with like, look, I hope you don't judge me. I've got some weird kinks. Okay, yes. Got some really fucked up kinks. I don't know. I really like feet. I like when girls choke me, and I love fat women. Okay, it's just a thing I go for.
Why? What are you trying to say that dudes that like 400-pound women like to be choked?
Yeah, probably. Maybe they want to feel small, dominated. That's probably true.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go out this weekend and try to play it. We'll let you guys know how we go. Amazon. When I walk into a club, I just see groups of girls and guys all standing in circles facing each other. This might sound stupid, but how do I open a circle?
You turn a circle into a quadrant.
Yeah, but look, I think. Well, I don't think you've. Have you actually tried? Like, what are you doing? Because trust me, it's very simple and very easy, right? If you don't ask this question and you're like, oh look, a group, I'm gonna go talk to them, you probably wouldn't be asking this fucking question. Really, it's very simple. You walk in, you're loud, you move people out of the fucking way, you get in the middle of the circle or in the circle, and you start fucking talking to people.
Yeah,
like that's the simple solution.
Guys are scared to do that.
They're scared.
But I will say, if you're not assertive enough to do that, you have a fucking problem. Like you really do. You're not gonna be able to get attraction with a lot of girls if you don't even have the, I don't even want to say entitlement, but like assertiveness, like to go in and do that. Then you're a fucking bitch. Like I don't know what to say.
And when you do that, there's just a different reaction from everyone. Like there's one moment where you open a group set. This was years ago. This was like 5 or 6 years ago, and for some reason I have that playing in my head sometimes when it comes to group sets. It was so violent, but you came into this big group set in Budapest, and you moved people out of the way, and you were so loud, everyone in the fucking club could hear you, and you went face up, one-on-one with the fucking girl.
Yeah.
And the thing is, these girls would have probably been like, get the fuck out of here, with different reactions, but they were in so shock. The guys didn't know what to do. They were afraid to even say anything. Everyone was almost in a coma for about 30 seconds. That gave you 30 seconds to DHV, to build attraction.
Yeah.
And the girl was so hooked that no one wanted the cockblock. It was a pull right away.
That open builds all the attraction you need for the entire interaction. I swear to God. But guys will never believe me because they will never go out and try this. But my mindset before was like, all right, hey, if I even have a little bit of anxiety around group sets, like I fucking need to get this away. So my strategy was to overcome that. I'm going to go out and I'm going to find the most intimidating group set. So for me, the ideal group set would be 10 jacked tattoo guys with one girl in the middle. I'm going to push all those guys out of the side and go straight up, squared up with the girl. And that's what I did over and over and over and over. Now, it's hard to find 10 tattoo jacked guys in one circle, but you get the point, right? You go to the ones where you think it's going to be the most difficult, and preferably the guys are way bigger than you and all these things, but you just go all in.
Even better, they punch you in the fucking face.
I've had that too.
Yeah.
And then I just look at them like, they just keep gaming the girl, and the guys are like, they're like in shock that I didn't even.
Another moment I have. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Another moment I have is Mark choking 2 bodybuilders, like in Sydney. Even I was like, Mark, look, I will.
I didn't see this.
I will, bro. Trust me.
Yeah.
I was in shock because I will typically jump in when Mark gets into fights. I'll jump in and push the guy and everything, and I go, "You fucking asshole!" Like I was for a moment, like
you're gonna get us killed.
Like, why are you like? You think I'm gonna jump in, motherfucker? Like, what is your fucking problem? These dudes were massive. Okay, I'm not exaggerating. They were jacked and they were bigger than both of us. And he's choking both of the guys to amog them. And I'm thinking, dude, there's a pool here. He's gonna drown you in this thing. But Mark was so confident and so assertive that the dudes were so shaken by this. They did not know what to think about this. They did not know what to do with this. This motherfucker has to be the welterweight fucking champion of Sydney or something to have the balls to go in and choke both of us. They were in shock. Guys, do not do that shit, okay?
Don't do that shit.
We didn't tell you
it worked.
But we did.
It worked. It fucking worked. They went away and we had the girl. But do you know what Mark did? Do you know what he said? Which annoyed me even more.
She's not my type.
He said, he's like, all right, let's go to the next set. I said, bro, we almost died. These two fucking bodybuilders nearly killed us. You fucked them all. We have the girl here, and the girl's like, so what are we gonna do? And he's like, hey, let's go to another set. You're not gonna pull her or what?
Bro, that was during our time. We were just having too much fun gaming. I remember this phase, like me and Swift would be like winging together, and there was like set after set was like pullable, and we weren't pulling to like right at the end of the night because this is what will happen. Like there would be this super fun, exciting set. Like I'm choking the guy like behind the girl so she can't see. Then I'm like, what the fuck? Why is he getting so reactive? We go through all this. We get the girl super compliant. Then I'm like, all right, well, we've had our fun with this girl. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. It's just it's fucked.
No pool until the lights turn on and people started to walk out. Now we're like, all right, well, fuck, gotta look around and see the girls that we talked to. Which one do you want to pull?
Yeah.
That was.
But this is how I prefer to do things. Like, really, like I want to extend the night for as long as possible.
Yeah.
Pulling early is you miss out. You miss out.
Yeah, you do miss out a little bit.
But if I go solo gaming, fuck, I might pull early.
Yeah, but that's a little different.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. We've only got time for a couple more questions, so I'm trying to think of.
Okay,
ask you guys the perfect question.
Validation. 112.
You were absolutely.
You guys are the absolute best. Pick that one.
Oh yeah, I've got a lot of validation ones in here. Okay.
Yeah, can we go through all of those first?
Yeah, one said, "Mark's my kind of bro." One said, "Mark, you're so incredibly sexy." The other one said, "Mark, your advice changed my life." Mark it. No, I'm
why are you getting all this validation?
I'm joking. I made up half of this. I gotta just clip Marcus out of it. Yeah, I feel like Anonymous has just clipped me saying, "I love fat girls. I'm a cuck." So yeah, there's okay. How can you guys tell when you do these ballsy ass approaches with mixed sets with intimidating guys so they're not dangerous? And okay, from now on, Felix, can we not type like we're a fucking 12-year-old girl and are in a gang and are going to be violent when you hit on their girls?
Well, hold on. Alex is going to say he doesn't care. Don't listen to Alex, number one. Don't do it.
Yeah,
we're gaming in Warsaw. Listen, if you're gaming in certain places in America, certain places,
you're gonna get shot.
Europe,
so don't.
Like when I was in Croatia, I went to a club that was further off where it was all like locals. Trust me, you would care. These were some of these dudes were in the fucking war. They were fucking killers. You fuck with one guy, the whole club is literally killing you. Okay, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. Be careful. Okay. Yeah. Look, you have to have some social awareness, right? You have to know where you are. If you're unsure, don't do it. It's that simple, right? We've traveled the world. We can
read people.
Yes, we're very good at reading people, but we've also taken it slow and gotten to the point where we could read situations. And if we go, okay, this guy is a little bit drunk. He has gang tattoos, and he has incredible subcoms. Okay, I think subcoms are very important. Incredible subcoms. He's very cool and calm under pressure. We're not going to go in and start something. And even if we do, we can pull back and say, hey, sorry about this, blah, blah, blah. We're constantly reading the situation, and we're not pushing it to the point, usually, where the guy wants to pull out a knife and stab us in the fucking throat.
I have to say, like, most of the times when this happens, it's because some guy is trying to fuck with a student.
Yes.
That's when it happens, when you got to go in and help him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go out and look for this, but I'm not going to let someone fuck around with students.
I think on the other end of the spectrum, like, don't be scared to go in a group set, right? Like, if you're just going in and being friendly and fun, no one's going to, like, fucking stab you or some shit. We're talking about being a little bit aggressive here ourselves, or, like, poking the bear. But if you're just going in and you're like, hey, guys, like, you all seem so friendly, or you, like, compliment the guys, hey, dude, looks like you're killing it, you got fucking women all around you. If you're just going in there and being social, or, fun and, like, cool, then these guys aren't going to get, like, super fucking aggressive towards you. And even if they don't want you there, they'll give you a little bit of hint before, like, pulling out a knife and stabbing you or punching you in the face. So don't be intimidated with group sets. Like, you just don't have to go up and do the shit we do and go crazy. You can still go up and open, right? That's completely fine. Alrighty. We might call it here. So what are your plans for the week, boys? You got anything exciting coming up? Just chilling.
Yeah. I got coaching.
Yeah.
Coaching, Nike coaching. Well, right now, this is the most exciting moment of my day. I'm going to eat my first meal, so I stop freezing.
Oh, congratulations.
That's the most exciting moment. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to absolutely destroy myself. Training legs today. This is really the highlight of my day. After that, I don't really care what happens, to be honest, but I'm just gonna do that. Nothing else. Really.
No, we gotta pack. You're moving.
Yes.
So I'm staying in Warsaw, but I'm getting another place. And you're going to Muay Thai training.
Yes.
So for a few months, he's going to live at the camp and train with the professionals.
Yes.
And be hopefully competitive in the near future. Maybe a champion.
Maybe I win the UFC. Who knows?
Maybe. I'm going to be setting up coaching calls. Like, I have the weekends booked for several weeks. If anybody wants coaching call sessions,
look at this guy. I didn't get my question answered. Can't believe they answered these beginner-ass questions the whole time. Well, what is this guy's fucking question? How do you get a girl super wet to remove objections before sex? I mean, bro, that's a fucking beginner question.
Called out.
How do I get a girl horny?
Come on, bro. Just join the mastermind. All right. Join the mastermind. You can ask all the beginner questions you want. Okay. You can spam us with all your beginner questions, gaming. Right.
He asked the most beginner question of this entire fucking stream.
How do you get a girl super wet to remove objections before? All right, Mark, you want to, like, quickly give a couple tips? Because look, I don't know. Maybe he's in the mastermind, but there's definitely content and live streams that you've done.
All right. How do you get a girl super wet? Let me pull it up. How do you get a girl super wet to remove objections before sex? How do a girl tell me why cuddling?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
We will eventually. I mean, the first thing I always want to do when I think about getting a girl wet, always, is just think about what she's into. That's going to be the biggest key. If you can figure out what she actually likes, then you can give it to her. Because there are some universal things, of course, right? You could tease her a little bit. You could like lick her pussy. Like there's going to be universal things that generally most just find out exactly what this girl's fantasy is, exactly what she's into, and then satisfy that desire. So if the girl tells you, hey, I like it really sensual, I like it slow, I like when the guy really cares and looks, then guess what I'm doing? I'm laying it down, I'm massaging her, I'm looking into her eyes, I'm telling her like, damn, you're so pretty right now. Okay, but if a girl's like, yo, I want to be fucking choked, thrown against a wall, I want a guy that just treats me like shit, right? Then that's what I'm doing. Hey, shut the fuck up, all right? No, don't look at me. Right? You think you deserve to fucking look at me? Not a chance. Turn away. Put your head in the fucking pillow, right? And then you can have a little bit of aggression with that type of girl. So that's like the first thing I'm thinking. Just figure out what she wants and then implement it. If you don't know how to implement it, maybe a girl says, I want you to degrade me. And you're like, holy shit, I feel really awkward doing this. I don't know how. Then that's things you're going to learn over time. You can come to the mastermind. You can ask me. We can go to it in a little bit more detail. But typically find out what she wants. Implement that. It's going to get her really fucking wet, just the idea of it. And then you'll have more girls just wanting to have sex right then and there.
Yeah, look, you're not going to get her wet if you are logical or goofy, right? So if you cannot lower your tone and create this environment where you can build tension, and like, yeah, you don't want to act like a clown and be like super magical, like and then all of a sudden go, hey, I'm escalating now. You want to think about, all right, like in 15 minutes and 30 minutes, or whatever, I'm going to escalate. I'm going to get her wet. Then you want to start to lower your tone, slow things down, and start building tension so she gets into that mood a little bit more, right? You don't want to abruptly go from talking about, I don't know, like her favorite color and her dad or something, and like a beat, logical way, and then think she's going to get wet because you just abruptly try to escalate or build tension, right? So you have to think about that well before you actually start to try to get her wet.
I actually love both of your guys' patience with answering beginner questions like this. Maybe Mark will be so kind to do a beginner-friendly stream in the mastermind where you can go deeper into details about these type of questions, maybe.
Hilarious. All right. Yeah, fun times. Yeah, those that aren't in the mastermind, 2-week free trial, come join us, join the fam, have some fun. Otherwise, we'll do this stream every single week. It's probably going to be around the same time, so come and join us. We're going to mix it up every now and again from just Q&As. We'll add some more and varied content. So we'll catch you boys there. Love you all. See you. Bye.
All right. See you.